there, Judy here from Created Just For You Designs. Today I'm working on a home decor project for cut cardstock. So I just wanted to start out by showing you what I'm going to be using. So the first thing we've got here is we're going to need a bottle. It's an altered bottle, and this is just an old whiskey bottle. I've got some Mod Podge. I've got some tissue paper. I've got a sponge brush. I've got my cardstock here. Most of this is from the discount cardstock line. I've got 3 canvas textured cardstocks. I've got rubber ducky. I've got flame tree orange, and I've got vanilla bean brown. And then I've got a couple from the regular discount cardstock line. These are smooth cardstocks. This is the sandcastle and the black. And then this green is the moss from the Lessebo line. And I'm going to be working with this die set, which is from Spellbinders. It's called Acorn Acres. So to get started, we're going to start with the bottle, which is the base of our project. And we're going to take the Mod Podge and we're going to just apply it to the bottle. And then we're going to tear pieces of the white cardstock and just apply it over the whole surface of the bottle. So what we end up with is something that looks like this. Now I've got a few bare spots on here, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a little more Mod Podge and a couple more pieces of tissue paper. Okay, so I think I'm done applying the tissue paper to my bottle here. This is what we've got. The next step I'm going to do is apply some color here. So what I've got here is some bronzy colored metallic acrylic paint. So I think I'm just going to apply some of that over the tissue paper here and see if we can give it a little bit of color. And the way I'm going to do it is I've got a dried baby wipe here, and I'm just going to apply some paint to it, and I'm just going to rub it over that and see what we get. Okay, I think this is going to be fine. So let me keep working on this. I don't think you need to watch me do it the whole time. And then when I've got it pretty much where I want it, then I'll come back and we'll move on to the next step. So here's what I ended up with the bottle. So I liked applying the paint with that dried baby wipe, because then you could apply as much or as little as you want on here. Okay, so my bottle's all done. So I did all my die cutting, so I've got everything here, and I just need to assemble it all. Okay, we've pretty much got everything together here, so I'm going to go ahead and check that my bottle is dry and start applying. So I have all my die cuts ready to go, and I have my bottle ready to go, so it's time to start adding these to the bottle. I'm just going to kind of lay things out a little bit before I actually attach it. And then just so I get a feel for how I want to do this. So I think I've got some foam tape on the back here. So I'm just going to stick things to that and then just lay it out and see how I like it. Before I attach anything. Okay. So I think I kind of like the way these things are here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of this low temp glue just to the back here. There we go. Whoops. And then stick it down. There we go. Got a flower here I want to add. Just going to tuck that in there. There we go. We've got our little squirrel here. And I think I'm going to have him holding on to an acorn. So I'm just going to put a little glue, whoops, into his little arm here. And put the little acorn there. I'm going to put him about right there, so I'm just going to put a little spot of glue there. There we go. Let's see. I've got a flower here. I think I'm just going to add there. And then we've got these little acorns. Let's see. Just going to put them along the bottom here, I think. There we go. That's all our die cuts there. Now I'm just going to add a few other things. I've got this ribbon here I'm thinking about adding along the bottom there, just to give it a little extra something there and kind of tie in all these colors. And then I've got some twine here and some leaf buttons I think I'm going to add up near the top, up at the top here. So I turned my bottle to the back side and I put a little bead of the low temp glue there, and I'm just going to wrap this around and put a spot of this every once in a while. Just trim it off here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I've taken this twine, I tied one of these little buttons to it. Just tied a knot in the back. And I think what I'm going to do is dangle it down a little bit and then wrap the twine around. So I've got this twine wrapped around, and now I'm going to cut a little piece. Actually, I'm going to put a spot of this low temp glue right about there, and it'll be okay because I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to cut a little length here, and I'm going to run this through this other little button. So I'll go ahead and tie it there. Tie a knot so it stays. Here we go. And then trim that off on the back. I've got this other bigger button that I'm going to apply up there. And before I do that, I'm going to run a piece of twine through there. Pull that through. And I think I'm going to just tie a bow in there. I'm going to just attach it with the glue. There we are. And put the lid on there. And we're all done.